Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is C Chronicles. Thank you for joining me today. I do fragrance reviews and I do lifestyle videos and I do fashion videos on this channel, but I do fragrance reviews mostly. So if it sounds like something that you're interested in and you're new on this channel, please do consider subscribing. And to my returning subscribers, I'd like to say thank you for coming along. So today I bring you a fragrance review video. I did a haul not so long ago and I promised to do a review of this fragrance. Okay, this is Paris Corner and it says Maison de Perfumerie Paris Corner. Okay, Maison means house, so this is saying Maison de Perfumerie Paris Corner, but obviously they are using the word maison because this is actually cloning one popular fragrance, which I will talk about in this video. Okay, so by now I think it has been established and we know Paris Corner Pandora Scents is a clone house. What they do is they duplicate, popular fragrances, whether it be niche, whether it be designer, or whatever fragrances. But most of their fragrances, I think by now we all know that they do dupes. Okay, so this one is called Satin Luxe. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me just move this because I think there is a reflection there. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think if you can see there, it says Satin Luxe, and this is the presentation, guys. Just by looking at this bottle, I think you can almost tell what they are trying to replicate here, which is what I always say, it's one thing cloning a fragrance, it's another then duplicating basically everything. Okay, so yeah, this is the fragrance. Now let me go straight into the notes. Okay, I'm gonna spray this on my arm. Right, this fragrance does not have too many notes listed. Okay, this has some agarwood, which is oud, and then it's got some benzoin, it's got some vanilla, it's got some violet and some rose. Okay, those are the notes that are listed for this fragrance, or at least what I could find. Now what you get offset the first spray, the first burst of this fragrance is it's super sweet. That is definitely what you get offset. There is a syrupy rose, which has got a velvety touch to it. And this is what you get in the first spritz. And this lasts for about, from this particular fragrance, it lasts for about, I would say 45 minutes to an hour. This sweet, syrupy sweet opening, which has the vanilla. And to me, this opening is divine. Okay, when I sprayed this for the first time, I was like, wow, this is, beautiful. And I'll explain to you why I've said the opening is divine. Right, because after about 45 minutes to an hour, this fragrance turns powdery. And I think to me, that's where it starts to go wrong, for me at least. Okay, I wish the opening, the way it opens, I wish it could just sustain that, because that is beautiful. The first hour is beautiful, but after it starts to turn powdery, it's a sort of powderiness that I feel to me spoils it, right? And then, okay, this fragrance, like I said, has got some oud, but the oud is not the star of the show in it per se. It's not an oriental oud, like an oud that is iconic in the Middle Eastern fragrances. This is not the sort of oud that you get from here. So if you buy this fragrance, basing on or expecting that popular Middle Eastern oud, or that skanky oud, you might be disappointed, because this is not an oriental oud that is here. This oud is quite cozy and quite incensey. It's an oud that if this perfume didn't claim to have oud in its notes, you might actually think it doesn't have oud. Okay, so now back to that powderiness. That powderiness takes this perfume on a journey that is almost lotiony to me, like a lotion. but not a lotion that I would say like a natural lotion, not a scented lotion like that, or the like the basic or the natural lotion, you know, if ever what I'm saying is making sense, like, you know, that kind of lotion that is not scented. It comes through together with this powderiness, and also it turns a bit soapy as well. I guess maybe because of the violets, you know, the violets in this are so prominent to a point of it turning a bit too powdery in a way, which is why I was saying I wished it would have just maintained the opening. Okay, it's also quite a grown-up fragrance. And now going back to what I said in the initial statement, that obviously this fragrance is cloning something, because we have established Paris Corner is a clone company. This obviously is cloning Oud Satin Mood, you know, by Maison Francis Kurtjian. This his is called Oud Satin Mood, and they have called this one Oud. No, not Oud. They've called this one Satin Luxe. But the presentation, the bottle, everything, the packaging, you can almost tell that this is what they are after. Okay. Now, I'm going to rate this fragrance on its own so that it helps you to make a decision whether you want to buy it or whether you want the feel of the actual Oud Satin Mood. This fragrance on its own is not bad at all. Like I said, for me, it just, you know, the first hour is beautiful, and then the powderiness is kind of too much for me, which maybe for some people that like that the powdery vibe, they might actually say, no, this is beautiful. You know, it's also a bit grown up for me. Like it's a bit mature. It doesn't strike me as a fragrance that a young person might like. And then, you know, it's definitely a fragrance that is ideal for you know, the cooler or colder weather, but at the same, or nights, because I am wearing this one mostly to bedtime. It does have some sort of coziness to it, some sort of comfort feel to it, you know, but it is quite mature. The rose in here is there. It's a sticky rose, which is what I would have, you know, it's a sticky syrupy rose, which, like I said, should have just, you know, the sticky syrupy rose is giving it that velvetiness, and I just wish it would have stayed like that. Yeah, so yeah, if you are you know, if it sounds like something you're interested in, because Paris Corner perfumes obviously are not that expensive, you can pick this one up. Overall, on its own, I think it's a beautiful fragrance. It's just that for me it turns a bit powdery, but then again, I feel it might be one of those fragrances that you know, might grow on me, or a fragrance that will grow on me, because obviously, definitely, this is quite different, you know, and because of course it's a dupe for a niche fragrance by a good perfumer. Obviously, it is a very different, it takes a very different take to most of the fragrances that you may be familiar with. So I would say, yes, take the lip if you know, just wanted to spare, if you have spare, you know, money to just splurge on it, or you know, you just wanted a tip of the iceberg of the actual Oud Satin Mood. This would be a very good you know, like a representation of it. You know, in terms of rating, I'd give this one a 7. But I think in terms of the feel, if you didn't want to pull the trigger on the actual, you know, Oud Satin Mood, but you wanted the feel of it to see whether it's something that you'd actually put your money on, then yes, definitely their take on it here is perfect. But don't buy this looking for the oud. You know, don't buy, if you're an oud lover, you might be disappointed, because like I said, the oud in here is more incensey. You know, it's not the common traditional oud that you're used to, but nonetheless it is a beautiful perfume overall. It is dark, it is unisex as well, but I'd say more leaning towards the feminine because of how it turns lotiony, how it turns powdery. You know, yes, I can see a male pulling it off, but I think it leans more feminine than it does masculine. So yes, I was talking about Maison de Perfumerie Paris Corner, and the fragrance was called Satin Luxe, and this is what you know to expect. It comes in 100 ml and quite a heavy bottle, decent presentation. It is a dupe for Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Oud Satin Mood. So if that's something that sounds like something you may be interested in, go ahead, buy it and try it for yourself. Thank you very much for staying with me until this long. I hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, why not? Please do consider subscribing. Let's meet in the comment section. You let me know what you think. Do you have this fragrance? Is it something you were planning to buy? Price wise, I think this fragrance would be under £30, if I'm not mistaken. It depends on which website you actually get it from, but it's not a very expensive fragrance, considering that Oud Satin Oud is actually a very expensive fragrance. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you in the comments section. Don't forget to turn on notifications so that you are notified anytime I upload a video. It's been your girl C Chronicles, and remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.